Broadcasting live worldwide.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Don't you see that your faith is coming alive? Don't you see that it's tested every time? He's the one that makes your life divine. He's the one that makes you feel fine. Your faith's being tested.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
On June 16th, 2018, a show designed for you, the Daily Commuter, went live.
Well, folks, dreams do come true. This is Have Faith, Let It Begin, and this is our first episode.
A weekly show all about faith.
Every day, we're going to battle storms. We're going to face challenges. But we have to remember that we're not going to do it alone. We have to have faith.
A show with motivational topics.
As you go into work today, don't allow anyone to steal your joy. Lift your head up high and know that God is with you.
Inspirational stories and personal testimony set out to change the world.
My wife and I are expecting our first child. I'm going to be a father.
Welcome to Have Faith. Let it begin. Here's your host, Angel Santana.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. We are live as I drive to work, and all of you getting ready for work, or maybe already arrived at work, or maybe just getting ready to drive to work. Folks, today is Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020. I'd like to welcome each and every viewer to our show as we continue on live, and thank you again for all your kind words and feedback from yesterday's episode. I'm so happy that it has touched your life in so many different ways, but more importantly, that the message has gotten through. Let's continue on with another episode. Today, we're going to talk about sticking up for yourself, and I want to tell you a quick story. There was a young man at the age of 21 that was given an opportunity to be an assistant branch manager. He took this role very seriously, but what people didn't know was he had a lot of issues going on at home. He was in a relationship that was abusive. The relationship was very, very strenuous on him, but more importantly, it allowed him to hide behind his insecurities. His insecurities were heightened by this young lady that was in the relationship with him. You see, the young man did not know how to stick up for himself. The young man allowed his girlfriend to treat him like dirt, allowed him the opportunity to make him feel that he was beneath everyone, telling him over and over again that he would never amount to anything. But the insecurities on this young man did not allow him to think about that this person that he was with was not the right person. As he went into the workplace, he did all he could to try to make himself known, because in this industry that he was in, his girlfriend was not a part of. What he didn't realize was he became a very successful manager. As he started to move up the corporate ladder, the girlfriend would always tell him he would never amount to anything, even though on the other side he would reach accolades that nothing that this company has ever seen. At the age of 22, he was asked to move to a different state. And there he would take on new challenges, new obstacles. Unfortunately, his girlfriend continued to berate him. Eventually, God had a plan. God intervened, and the relationship ended. The young man went into a depression for 2 years. In those 2 years, he did not know what he was going to do. When he stepped out of his apartment one day, after his family had visited him, he realized that to his left, there was a church. You see, God intervened, and there was a plan in place. The church next to him allowed him the ability to seek God. The church next to him was told about his situation. People started knocking on his doors, inviting him to different functions, inviting him to dinners. Eventually, those chains that were around his wrists, around his neck, around his legs, broke free. Ladies and gentlemen, that young man I'm speaking about was me. I'm not embarrassed to share that I was in an abusive relationship. And I want to specify that I was verbally abused. I was told over and over again that I would never amount to anything. And it was a very difficult thing to understand. But as I got older, as I got wiser, as I started to pray and ask for God's help, I got stronger. As I moved up the corporate ladder and decided that, you know what, maybe it was time for me to come home. Maybe it was time for me to be someone, to prove everybody wrong, especially that young lady. When I moved back home, I went back to college. I got my degree. I had an opportunity to rekindle friendships that I had lost because during the time I was in that relationship, she not allowed me to have any friends. Little did I know that God yet again had another plan in place. He allowed me to build up my insecurities. He allowed me the ability to be the man that I became. And just before I knew it, that's how I met my wife. You see, I was nowhere near the right frame of mind, nowhere near the opportunity that was presenting itself in the other state with many other females that I encountered, because I was not sticking up for myself. I was not believing in myself. We all have to rise. We all cannot allow others to make us feel as if we are nothing. Let me put it to you in this perspective. If we are all made in God's image, how are we not capable? If we are made in God's image, then we have gifts, we have talents, we have treasures, and God wants us to use those to set out to change the world. Just because you have different types of jobs doesn't mean that one job is better or less than the other. You can be an individual that drives trucks. You can be an individual that saves lives on a daily basis because you're a police officer, a doctor. You can be an individual that cuts trees. You can be an individual that goes out and just puts smiles on people's faces. You can be a switchboard operator. You can be a lawyer, a teacher. We all have the opportunity to do something with our lives, and it is what we do with it that we can help change the world. In order to do that, you have to believe in yourself. You cannot let others steal your joy. Allow yourself the ability to rise up from the hate, rise up from the negative, rise up from those that make you feel that you are nothing. Because I'm here to tell you, you are something. You can do anything that you put your mind to it. Allow your dreams that are in front of you to shine. Allow the ability that is that energy, that surgence, that feeling of knowing that God is with you to just ignite the flames, ignite you, let you rise up and say, I will, I can, I must, and I will succeed. And remember that today as you go to work, as you confront the demons that are inside you as you confront others that have treated you with disrespect. I'm not saying go in there and say, hey, I'm going to rise and get away. No. God has given you an ability. And that ability is to be better than someone else. In order to do that, you have to be right. You have to be respectful. You have to remember that stooping down to somebody's level is not going to change who that person is. But being a person of faith, being a person of good, clear mind and good conscience will allow you the opportunity to rise above. So do it in a professional, respectful manner. Because when you do that, everything will fall into place. Remember that today as you go into your workplace. Remember that every day. And may God be with you. And always remember to have faith. Let it begin. Thank you for listening to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. That's right, Ariel. We're done with another show. And it's always great to have this show with you, my love. You know, we're going to encourage each and every person to listen to our show every single weekday. That's right, you and I are going to help change the world. Do you think that you can do that for me? Huh? Yeah, you know you can. She does. We want to let you know, and yes, we encourage you to listen to our show each and every weekday, and it's going to be live at 7:30. Make sure you're subscribed to our show. Make sure you get ready, fasten those seatbelts, because Ariel and I and my family are going to bring you a new topic, a new story each and every day, right? Isn't that right, Ariel? Yeah. And she's smiling at me. Guys, enjoy your day.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.